The stolen brinjals. King Keshadev Rai loved to eat good food. He was very fond of brinjals and he had the gardener plant some wonderful brinjals in the royal garden. The king did not permit anyone but the royal gardener to go near the brinjals. There were gods all around the brinjal garden so that no one could steal them. One day, when the king was having his meal, he gave some cooked brinjal to Tenali to eat. Tenali found the dish very delicious. He went home and told his wife how tasty the brinjals had been. The way Tenali described the taste of the king's brinjals, his wife's mouth began to water. She insisted that he should bring some brinjals for her too. Tenali Raman said, "The king guards these brinjals as he guards his crown. How can I get them for you?" Tenali Raman's wife became angry. She insisted, "I don't know. I want those brinjals and you have to get them." Unable to convince his wife, Tenali Raman then went in the middle of the night and scaled the wall of the king's vegetable garden. He made sure that the guards did not see him. He quickly plucked some ripe brinjals and tied them in a piece of cloth. He then took them home to his wife. His wife prepared a tasty dish with the brinjals and served the dish for dinner. His wife loved the brinjals and relished every bit of it. Suddenly his wife said, "Oh, our son has not eaten his dinner. He too loves brinjals. He should also eat these delicious brinjals. He is sleeping on the terrace. Please go and call him." Tenali Raman said, "He is a child. He might go and tell others that the brinjals were from the king's garden. Let him sleep. He should not know that we have eaten brinjals for dinner." But his wife won't listen. Unable to convince his wife, Tenali Raman went upstairs. He took a bucket full of water and sprinkled some water all around the bed on the floor. He then poured the water on his son, who woke up with a start. Tenali said to his son, "Come on, son, it is raining. Let us go downstairs." The sleepy boy got up and started walking downstairs. As he was walking, Tenali Raman poured some more water on his son's head and said, "Hurry up, son, it is raining really hard." They reached down and the boy was fed brinjals which he really enjoyed. Soon after the meal, they all went to sleep. Next morning, the gardener found out that some brinjals had been stolen from the garden. The gardener rushed to the Prime Minister and told him about the stolen brinjals. The Prime Minister thought that it could not only be Tenali Raman. He went and told the king. The king said, "That can be true, but if you ask Tenali, then he will use his wit to save himself. Go and ask his son instead to find out the truth." So Tenali Raman's son was brought to the court. The king very softly asked, "What did you have for dinner last night?" The boy said, "Oh, we had brinjals, my lord, and they tasted very good." The king was convinced that Tenali had stolen the brinjals. He turned to Tenali and said, "So you have stolen the brinjals from my garden?" Tenali said, "My lord, this boy is always daydreaming. Please ask him about the weather yesterday." The king asked Tenali's son, "What was the weather like yesterday?" The son said, "It rained a lot yesterday." night, the king looked at the prime minister, who said, "No, child." It did not rain, but the child insisted of course. It rained very heavily. I got all wet. Tenali Raman then said, "Yesterday it did not rain. You all know that my son must have dreamt that it was raining and he was eating brinjals." The king was convinced that Tenali was speaking the truth and that his son had actually been daydreaming. The king felt sorry that he had accused Tenali of stealing the brinjals. The king and the prime minister apologized to Tenali Raman, and the king gave a wonderful gift to his son.
The theft of the flowers.
King Krishnadevaraya was once gifted a beautiful rose plant by a close friend. The rose creeper grew well and very soon spread all over the high walls of the palace. In the flowering season, lovely roses bloomed. The king loved the flowers, roses, and told his gardener to make sure that no one plucked them. One day, the king called his gardener. He said, "Look, for the past few days, I have noticed that someone is stealing the roses. Their number is decreasing every day." The gardener asked the king to position a guard to secretly watch the garden. So a guard was posted, and the thief was caught the very next day. He had his hands full of roses. He was none other than the 10 years old son of Tenali Raman. In those days, it was a custom to parade the thief throughout the city. This served two purposes. One, the people would come to know who the thief was, and at the same time, the thief would also be ashamed of his misdeed. Tenali Raman's son was also taken around the city in the same way. When they passed Tenali's house, his wife saw her son with the god. She was shocked and shouted out to Tenali, who also came out to see. Tenali and his wife tried to speak to their son, but the god did not allow them to meet. Tenali's wife started crying and asked Tenali to help their son. She cried, "Why don't you do something for your son? You are so close to the king. Please ask the god to forgive him." Tenali said loudly, "I can't do that. Our son has got into trouble." He shouted, "Use his mouth to get out this." The son heard this and felt bad that even his father was not ready to help him. But suddenly he realized what his father was trying to say. The son understood what his father wanted to tell him. He had to use his mouth. The mouth is used to talk and also to eat. Tenali's son had started to eating the rose. By the time they reached the king, the son had eaten all the roses without God realizing it. The god produced him before the king. He told the king that he had caught Tenali's son red-handed, stealing the roses from the garden. "The small boy cannot be the thief," said the king, not believing the god. The god tried to whine to convince the king that Tenali Raman's son was indeed the thief. The boy said, "My lord, I was just passing that way and this man caught me. I am innocent." The god lost his temper and said, "No, my lord, he was lying. I caught him red-handed near the rose creepers while he was plucking the flowers." The son said, "My lord, he was failed to catch the real culprit and so has framed me." The god shouted angrily, "Don't tell lies." The boy said, "If I had stolen the roses, they should have been in my hands. But see, there are no roses in my hand." The king saw the empty hands of the boy. He got very angry with the god for trying to frame a small innocent child. The boy was set free, but he had learned his lesson that stealing was not the right thing to do. He pledged never to take anything that did not belong to him, not even a flower.
The camel story.
Once the king called Tenali Raman and said, Tenali, I am so happy with you that I want to gift you a city. Tenali Raman was shocked when he heard this. He looked at the king in disbelief and said, My lord, what did you say just now? The king repeated, Tenali, I am so happy with what you have done, Tenali, that I want to gift a city to you. Tenali's happiness was widely written on his face. To receive a whole city as a gift from the king was something he had not even dreamed out. Now he would be rich and always have enough money. His sons and his wife would be happy too. He went home and gave the news to his family. They were overjoyed. Now every day when he returned home, they would ask, Did the king tell you which city you will get? No, it seems that king has forgotten his promise, Tenali would say. Slowly everyone in the family started feeling that they would never have the city as promised by the king. Now Tenali thought that since the king has forgotten about his promise, he should remind him about it. However, he could not gather the courage to do this. One day, an Arab came to the city. He had a camel with him. No one in the kingdom had ever seen a camel before. The king went to Tenali Raman to see the camel. The king remarked, What an ugly animal this is! It has such a long neck. Tenali agreed, Yes, my lord, and it has two ugly humps. Said the king, Yes, my lord, the humps is to store the water. Said Tenali, I wonder why did God make such an ugly animal? Said the king. Tenali said, This animal must have been a king in his previous life. He must have promised a city to the man and forgotten about it. So the god must have turned the king into a animal. The king burst and laughing, and then he said, Oh Tenali Raman, what a fine way you reminding me. Don't worry, you will get your city. The king announced the name of the city in the court next day, being gifted to Tenali Raman. Tenali and his family were overjoyed on receiving the gift.
Performers from Babapur.
Every Dasara, a group of actors would come to Vijayanagar and perform Ramalila in front of the king and his people. One, it is so happened that the group expressed its inability to come and perform in the kingdom. The king felt very sad and at this. He used to enjoy the performance of the group and also wanted people to know about the values Lord Raman stood for. There were only 3 days left for the starting date of Ramalila. It was not possible to arrange for an alternative. The king was very disheartened and said, Will there be no Ramalila this year? Tenali Raman got up and said, I know a group which can perform the show very well. The king asked him to immediately go and call them. Meanwhile, the city was decorated and the ground cleaned for the stage to be set up. The people of the kingdom were happy. Many people put up stars for sweets and toys on the ground. Soon the day after the first performance arrived. The group of actors comprising mostly of children put up a brilliant performance for the next 9 days. On the last day of the performance, the king invited the group for a royal dinner at his palace. The actors enjoyed the grand feast and later received many gifts and presents from the king. As they were about to leave, the king asked, Where it is this drama group from? Tenali said, Babapur. The king said, But we don't have a place called Babapur in our kingdom. It is near Vijayanagar, replied Tenali Raman. The king said, Why are you stammering, Tenali? What is the matter? One of the actors spoke up, My lord,
We belong to our kingdom itself. But Babapur is not in my kingdom, said the king. One child said, we address Tenali Raman as Baba, and the prepared for us for the drama in 3 days' time. So we are from Babapur. The king said, this is very nice. Tenali, you are good at dramatics too. The drama was really good. I enjoyed the performance very much. The king have a handsome reward to Tenali Raman for his sincere efforts.
Tenali and the chess.
Tenali Raman did not know how to play chess. He did not even enjoy watching other people play the game. One day, when Tenali was not there, a courtier said to the king, "My lord, why don't you play chess? You are so good at it." The king said, "There is no one good enough to play chess with me, so I have given up playing the game." Some of the courtiers who were jealous of Tenali Raman wanted to show him Tenali down. One of them said, "But, my lord, you have such a good chess player in your court." "Whom are you talking about?" asked the king. "Tenali Raman, my lord. He plays chess very well," said the courtier. The king was surprised and said, "But whenever I have asked him to play, he was always refused, saying that he does not know how to play chess." The courtier said, "He likes to play chess alone, maybe. That is why he was lied to you that he does not play chess." The king said, "If that is so, let him come to the court tomorrow. I will force him to play chess with me." Next day, when Tenali Raman came to the court, he saw the king sitting with a chessboard in front of him. The king ordered, "Tenali, come, let us play." Tenali replied, my lord, I am sorry. I don't know how to play chess." The courtier, excited, said, "Your secret is out, Tenali. Now the king knows that you can play chess." Tenali Raman immediately realized that the jealous courtiers wanted to show him down in front of the king. So he quietly sat down. The king started playing. Tenali had no idea what to do. He just moved his pieces here and there. This made the king angry. He said, "Tenali, play properly." Tenali said, "I am playing as properly as I can, my lord." The courtier said, "My lord, Tenali is intentionally playing like a fool. He does not want to know the good moves." The king lost his patience and shouted, "If you don't play properly, Tenali, I will have your hair shaved off." Poor Tenali, no matter how hard he tried, all his moves were bad. This further angered the king. By now, the king was very angry and summoned the gods and said, "Go, call the barber and get Tenali's head shaved." The Tenali said, "But my lord, I have sold my hair for 2,000 gold coins to a man. I can't give my hair cut till I pay the man 2,000 gold coins." The angry king ordered for him 2,000 gold coins to be given to Tenali. The money was hanged over Tenali. As the barber was about to shave him, Tenali held his hand. The king shouted, "Now what is it? You have got the 2,000 gold coins and it is time for your head to be shaved off." Tenali said, "My lord, in my family, our heads are shaven only when our parents die. My parents are already dead, but you are like a father to me. I hope that when my head is shaved off, nothing bad happens to you." "Stop! Don't cut his hair," the king ordered. Then the king asked Tenali, "Be honest, do you know how to play chess?" Tenali said, "No, my lord, I don't know how to play chess, but I wish I knew." "Why?" asked the king. Tenali said, "I don't know chess and I got 2,000 gold coins from it. If I knew chess, I could have earned much more." The king and courtiers had a hearty laugh.
The barber minister. The barber who used to shave King Krishnadev Rai was very good at his work. One day, when he came to give a shave to the king, he found the king sleeping. The barber, not wanting to disturb the king's sleep, quietly shaved the king's beard and went away.
When the king woke up, he was surprised that the barber had shaved him while he slept. He thought that the barber was really very good and should be rewarded for this. Pleased with his workmanship, the king called him and said, "This is wonderful. How can you shave a sleeping man without disturbing his sleep? Ask me, and I will give you whatever you want." Hesitantly, the barber said, "My lord, please make me a minister. I have always dreamed to be one." The king immediately issued orders for the barber to be made a minister of the court. Tenali Raman was not present that day. All the ministers got together and held a meeting. They were not ready to accept an uneducated man like the barber in their midst. They wondered as to how could an uneducated person with no previous experience be appointed as a minister. They had lengthy discussions, but no one could muster the courage to tell the king that his decision to appoint the barber a minister was not right. So they all agreed to go to Tenali Raman to seek his advice. They were sure that he would surely find a solution. One minister said to Tenali Raman, "You must do something, otherwise any uneducated common person can become a minister in the court. Then what will be our importance?" Tenali assured the ministers, "Don't worry, I will do something. All you have to do is to bring the king to the riverside tomorrow evening." When the king came walking near the river, he was surprised to see Tenali Raman scrubbed a black dog. The king asked, "Tenali, why are you scrubbing this dog so hard?" Tenali said, "I want to change his black color to white, my lord." The king said, "He has been born as a black dog. How can you make him white? Now stop acting foolish." Tenali said, "Why, my lord? When an uneducated person like a barber can become a minister, then why can't these black dogs be turned into white?" The king did not say anything and walked away, lost in deep thought. Next day, the king called the barber minister and said, "I can make you the minister on the condition that you will have to study and educate yourself. Till then, I take back my order issued yesterday."